Hello all. So I'll just start with experiment 6, which is histogram processing and basic thresholding of an image. So we'll start with what do you mean by histogram of an image. So in image, histogram refers to the histogram of the pixel intensity values. If you look at the figure on the right side, you can see the intensity on the x-axis and the count on the y-axis. So based on each pixel value, you will be counting how many pixels are having the same intensity value, which means if you have an intensity value of, let's say, 0, which is representing as the black, so the black color will have the intensity value as 0. So you will count in an image how many black pixels are there and you plot it in the form of a bar chart, and then white is value is 1. So if you count the number of pixels having the value as white, that is 1, then you will put it on the y-axis. So this is how you plot the histogram of an image. That is, based on the pixel intensity, you will plot how many pixels are having the same intensity value. So the histogram is a graph showing the number of pixels in an image at each different intensity value found in that image. So that is what we mean by image histogram. So next thing is histogram equalization. So why do we need to do histogram equalization? What is the purpose? The main purpose is to enhance the contrast of an image. So when you have an image and it is having less contrast, you need to do histogram equalization so that the image has better contrast and you can view the image very clearly. So for equalizing the histogram, first we need to compute the histogram and then normalize it into a probability distribution. I am not going into the formulas here. So you have histogram equalization formulas and all, it's available in your textbook. You can refer Gonzalez book. There you have all the formulas. So yeah, so you just need to compute the histogram and calculate its probability distribution. So then we divide the frequency of each pixel intensity by the total number of pixels present in the image. So that is how we do the normalization. So this third point is very important. Basically in any image processing algorithm, for basic contrast enhancement, this is the step we do. So we divide the frequency of each pixel intensity divided by the total number of pixels, and this is equal to the resolution of the image, that is number of rows into number of columns. So that is how we do image normalization. So this equalization process makes sure that the resulting histogram is flat. So whatever histogram you get for an image, you try to flatten the histogram so that all the pixels should be equally having the pixel values. That's what we try to achieve. So histogram equalization is often used for varying illumination conditions. So illumination condition, which is nothing but the lighting. So let's say you are taking a picture in sunlight and let's say you are taking picture inside your room. So both will have different illumination because the light source is different and the image intensity also will be different. So histogram equalization is one application which is used to adjust the pixel intensity so that we can have a bright picture which is taken inside the room also. So I have given an example image here. You can see on the top, which is the first row, you have the original image, original histogram and its cumulative histogram. So you can see the blue color histogram is having number of peaks and a number of valleys. So it's like a wavy form of histogram. And the second row, if you look at the enhanced image, you can see the equalized histogram. So the enhanced image is actually obtained by histogram equalization. So you can see the red color picture on the second row. So the red picture shows the pixel intensity values. So you can see that the waveform is somewhat like almost equal. It's not totally equal. It's like almost equal. So if you look at the cumulative histogram, you can see it's like a straight line. So this is the kind of graph we try to obtain using histogram equalization. So you can see the last two columns. The last column shows the cumulative histogram. So first picture, the original image is having like a exponential curve, but whereas here if you look at the last cumulative equalized histogram, you can see it's like a linear line, so it's a straight line. So you are having almost equalized histogram and you get the enhanced image. So this is what we do in histogram equalization. So now I'll explain the code. So basically we try to do this histogram equalization using two different methods. So that is 6a we use the inbuilt function, and experiment 6b we do it without inbuilt function. So with inbuilt function, so as usual you clear the command window, clear the variables, close all the figure windows. The first three lines are like default, and then you are displaying the original image, so it is displayed in a separate figure window. Second thing is you are displaying the grayscale image. So how do we convert the grayscale? You read the color image and use the RGB to gray function, so it is converted to grayscale. Third one, you are displaying the histogram of the image. IMHist is the inbuilt function to show the image histogram. So IMHist of B, figure IMShow of B. So you are calculating the image histogram and then you are showing it in a figure. Next you are using another command, C equal to histogram histeq of B. Histeq is the inbuilt function for histogram equalization. So C equal to histeq of B, you are displaying it as separate figure window. So basically you are reading the image, converting it to grayscale, calculating the histogram and then doing histogram equalization. So this is very simple using inbuilt function. Next we will do without using the inbuilt function, or doing histogram equalization without the inbuilt function. So again you are using the default 3 lines CLC, clear all, close all. You are reading the figure, A equal to imread brain MRI.png, you are displaying it in a figure window. Next you are trying to convert the RGB to grayscale image. Here once you convert it to grayscale, you find out the number of pixels. Number of pixels is equal to size of b comma 1 multiplied by size of b comma 2. So b comma 1 is your row and b comma 2 is your column. So you calculate the number of pixels, that is row multiplied by column, you get the number of pixels. Next you are showing the grayscale image in a separate figure window. Next what we are doing is we are creating a variable HIM equal to uint8 of zeros of size of b1 comma size of b2. This is nothing but you are creating a matrix which is having the size of your image, that is grayscale image. Grayscale image is b. So zeros of size of b1 comma size of b2 is for the row and column size of your grayscale image. You are creating a matrix with values of 0. So you are just filling the matrix with 0 values. Now we are calculating the frequency, probability function, cumulative probability function and the output. So everything we are just creating an empty array with values of 0. So zeros of 256 comma 1, zeros of 256 comma 1, zeros of 256 comma 1. Similarly output also zeros of 256 comma 1. So we have created one matrix of values zeros similar to the size of your grayscale image, and we have created 4 arrays with values of zeros and the size is 256 comma 1. 256 is the row and 1 is your column. Now we are calculating the frequency count of each pixel. So for that we are creating loop. So depending on the size of rows, and for j equal to 1 to size of b comma t, that is number of rows and number of columns, we are creating a variable value equal to b of I comma j. So now we are just going to increment each value and then we are going to add it. So for frequency, value plus 1 equal to frequency of value plus 1 plus 1. So for each frequency you are incrementing it with a value of 1 and then saving it in a frequency variable. And for probability, you are finding out the probability by dividing the frequency divided by number of pixels. So we have already calculated frequency, we know the number of pixels, we have calculated it. So from that we are finding out the probability. So this we are trying to run it in a loop and we are getting the frequency and the probability function. Next we are creating two variables, sum equal to 0, number of bins equal to 255. So this is also initially we are creating a variable. Next we are calculating the cumulative distribution. How to calculate it? For 1 equal to size of probability function, sum equal to sum plus frequency. Sum is 0, we just started with 0, so again you are adding it with the frequency value. Cumulative of I equal to sum. So for each value you are trying to calculate the sum and then adding it up. Cumulative is you are doing it for over a loop, right? Cumulative is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So For each pixel value we are calculating the frequency. And then probability C, prob C is your cumulative probability is equal to cum I divided by number of pixels. So you have calculated the cumulative frequency, now we are calculating the cumulative probability. So cumulative frequency divided by number of pixels is your cumulative probability. So output of I equal to round of prob C into number of bins. Number of bins we have taken 255. So whatever value we have got, we are multiplying it 255 and then we are using round command to round the variable value, and then we are finishing the loop. Next what we are doing, so we got the output. So for the number of rows and number of columns we have created a loop, and H image is your histogram image. H image of I comma j is equal to output of Bij plus 1. So whatever output value we got, we are adding it with 1, and that's how we get the histogram equalized image. So this is how you do it without using the inbuilt function. I hope you are clear with this. So here also I have attached the image, so you can run it and see. So this is for the second part of your sixth experiment. Thresholding part of your sixth experiment, it's very easy. So you are reading an input image, I equal to imread of chest ct.jpg. Here I forgot to include CLC, clear vars and clear all and close all. You can type it on your own. So you are reading the input image, displaying it in a figure window. Next what we are trying to do is, we are trying to change the threshold of the image. Threshold is any specific reference value which we give. Okay, so here thresholding, what we are trying to do is, we are trying to give a threshold, that is a reference value for your pixel intensity. So we are trying to give the reference value, and based on that we are trying to change the images. Okay, so what we are trying to do is, we are trying to convert the image to black and white, and in the black and white image we are trying to change the threshold and we are trying to display the image. So that is what we are doing here. So NO is equal to IM to BMW I comma 0.1. I is your input image. Okay, so IM to BMW is the inbuilt command for converting your color image to black and white image. So you have a color image, IM to black and white will convert it into black and white. Comma 0.1 is your threshold value. For 0.1 we are trying to plot the image, that is IM show of NO title 0.1 threshold image. Next what we are going to do, N1 equal to IM to black and white of I comma 0.2. So this 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 for each threshold you are trying to see how your image is varying. So this is what this experiment is. You can also change the values. You can just give 1, 1.2, 1.5, 3, 5, 10, 50. You can just change the intensity value, intensity threshold, and you can see how the image is varying. So this is just a simple experiment, and the first half is normal thresholding. Second half of your experiment is grayscale nature. The threshold is fixed. So instead of trying with a different threshold, like we can't do this for number of images, right? So now we have one image, so we manually gave the threshold value as 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 and tried to see how the image is varying. But there is an inbuilt function for this which is called gray thresh of I. So level equal to gray thresh of I. This inbuilt function will get the average threshold of your image. So this command will get the pixel value which is like the average pixel value for a particular image. So that value it will take it as a threshold. So now G equal to IM to black and white I comma level. Level is what we found out using the threshold inbuilt command. So based on that level you will get the thresholded image. So this is how you do it in a simpler way. So instead of manually varying 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, you use the gray thresh function, and the gray thresh function will give you the threshold of an image, and based on the threshold you are changing it to black and white, IM to black and white I comma level. So this is how you perform thresholding. So that's all for experiment 6.